Jornalista alemã é detida pela Polícia Federal após tenta entrevistar Moraes. O cara, siga e compartilhe.
Did in Brazil and still does. And I want to tell you a little story how I finally got to know him a little bit better. So I tried to interview de Moraes too, because I had the chance to talk with several deputies from the opposition, like Eduardo Bolsonaro, Marcel van Hattem, Gustavo Gaia. And I'm a journalist, so I want to have both sides of the story. So I tried to reach out to the staff from de Moraes, and first I tried to call him. So I tried to call de Moraes' office out of a official office from a deputy in Brasilia, and the number was blocked. That was kind of strange. Like, why should a number be blocked to reach the Supreme Court judge? So we made a try to, if it's only because the telephone was broken or is it really blocked. So we tried to call this office from de Moraes with a normal private phone, a Brazilian private phone, and we went through. So the number of the deputy is blocked to reach de Moraes, which is, I think, very critical. And we tried to ask the staff to schedule an interview. She said, oh, write us an email. So I wrote an email to de Moraes and asked for an interview because I'm doing the documentary, like I said, and I want to have both sides of the story, because you always have two sides of the truth, and I'm not producing any propaganda, so I want to have both sides. The answer was not really surprising. He didn't answer, but 40 minutes later I got a request from a Forum magazine journalist who wanted to know why I'm doing a documentary about suppressing of freedom of speech in Brazil. And he didn't do anything good, so he just wrote a smear article about me that I'm a Bolsonarista. I'm German, so I can't even be a Bolsonarista. I can't even vote for Bolsonaro, but he framed me as a far-right extremist, as a propagandist, and he didn't really talk with me, but it only took him 40 minutes to make a smear article about me. So now you see how so-called mainstream media journalists do their work. And the next day, that was Friday the 13th, I tried to fly home to the US from Brasilia, and the federal police tried to seize my passport. They said I entered Brazil illegally, which I didn't, because I flew in from Sao Paulo, got my stamp that I entered through customs, everything was fine. Then I flew from Sao Paulo to Brasilia, got my stamp, everything was fine. So all of a sudden, after reaching out to de Moraes and Lula asking for their opinion why they're doing this to Brazil for a documentary, the Brazilian federal police says, you entered Brazil illegally. After a while at the airport, they let me go because there was no lawful reason to keep my passport and